Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for rocking out and spending some time with me today. I love and appreciate you all. Hopefully I'm not too dark, right? My screen, the little box, shows me that I'm very dark, but I'm using a new setup, so I can't really tell the lighting. So hopefully I don't look like, shadow man, shadow girl. Um, but today's message, I just want to talk really quickly about your parents. And I've shared this before. Well, I spoke on this before, a few years ago, but I just want to bring it up again because we're in the season of ancient Aquarius, right? That's my daddy's sign. My mom is an Aries. She's right on the cusp. She's on right on the day of the transition between Pisces and Aries. And growing up, my dad wasn't in my life. He and my mom got divorced when I was a baby because she found out that he moved her from Jamaica, where she didn't want to be, right? Where she didn't want to leave, rather. My mom, born and raised in Jamaica, had her first 3 children in Jamaica. And then when she was pregnant with me, my dad kept traveling back and forth, and he was like, it's too much to travel back and forth. Y'all come here. I have a place, and America's going to be great and this and whatever. And she came here while she was pregnant with me, had me here in Florida, and has been here ever since. But it made her feel very displaced when, in her Jamaican fashion, cleaning up, found that he had a whole nother family, right? And they went through a divorce, and he didn't really have contact with her and me and my siblings. And I remember when I first met him, right, we had drove up to where he was living. It was about 2 hours away. I drove up with my eldest brother, because I have older siblings. I this year am turning, do I want to share? Yeah, I'll share. This year I'm turning 39, and I have siblings in their 50s. Okay, so we have a difference. So I drove up with my siblings and met my dad, and he gave me $20. And the next time I saw him again was when I was 18 or 19, one of them. I went up during a hurricane. I had my baby, and it was very volatile. And ever since then, our relationship has been volatile, in and out. I've tried to be a bit better now with my enlightened understanding, and I've had him to my home for special events. I called him for his birthday, which just passed. But it really got me thinking, because the way how I grew up without my dad, I made sure, one, that my children would always have a father. I said I'd always make sure they had that. And that got me in trouble too. And then my mom, growing up with my mom, with the energy of her feeling displaced, being sick, not able to maybe accomplish all the things that she wants to accomplish, do all the things that she wants to do. She developed certain dis-ease being here in America. And it's like they were just kind of treating the surface. Even now, I feel they're just treating the surface. They're not getting to the nitty gritty. But it made me think of my own relationship with them. And I was like, why, are they my parents? Why am I going through this experience with them? And then as I grew in enlightenment in my spiritual journey, I realized I chose them, right? I used them for the vessel to come here. So why would I choose them? What was the lesson learned by me coming through them? Because I need to know this lesson so I can grow from my space where I am now, right? I don't want to be standing still. And a lot of times in having conversations with my husband and talking to him about his experience as well, how he grew up, and certain things he went through, and him expressing that he feels he's older than his mom, right, spiritually, and I agree with that. And it just led me on a path of why do we really choose to come through the vessels of these parents? Why do some people have very loving, doting parents? Why do people have parents that are abusive, overbearing, that are resentful, right? And going through my dynamic as a parent myself with my 6 kids, right? I have 4 biological and 2 bonus babies. My experience with them showed me how sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, children can change you, right? That doesn't always mean they'll change you for the better. It doesn't always mean that they'll change you for the worse. It doesn't mean that it'll be a drastic change, but children change you, because now here you are having this version, this piece of you that you created that's on the external, and you're seeing how they are responding to life with you. And if you're not an evolved parent, evolved, not involved, if you're not evolved, if you are not aware of certain spiritual lessons, dynamics, tendencies, if you're not aware that you're more than this physical being, it can cause you to look at your children with certain feelings that are not natural or becoming of a parent. Okay? So if you have a bad relationship with your parents, if you have a crap relationship with your parents, if you got a crappy relationship with your parents, if your parents are one that resent you, they belittle you, they never support you, they're never agreeable with you, if they just are like, why you want to do this and why you want to do that, they always nagging, or if you don't even communicate with them anymore because they're not healthy, you can't have an interaction with them without feeling belittled. If you have a parent like that, if you have a parent like that, the lesson in it is for you to learn how to deal with that type of person. The reason you came through and have a parent like that is neglectful, that doesn't support you, is meant to teach you a lesson, whether to make you strong, whether it's to make you empathetic, whether it's to make you more loving, whether it's to make you more confident, but it's always meant to make you strong. Those type of parents that put you through hell and still continue to treat you like hell and make you have a crap relationship with them even into adulthood, is meant to make you stronger. You chose to come through that dynamic so you could be stronger, so you can see that energy firsthand and know where you will draw the line at certain points in your life, because everyone has a different threshold. But that relationship dynamic was meant to teach you how to be strong. Okay? Now, if you have parents that are loving, that are caring, maybe a little overbearing, right? But they're just, oh, sweetheart, oh, the baby. That means that you've lived a cycles prior, where you had a very hard and tough life, and you're meant in this cycle to experience love in a natural, in a different dynamic, right? A natural way, a loving way, a nurturing way, a caring way. Your soul needed to experience that now at this point in time, so you can have a stronger empathetic gene, so you can have stronger empathy for humankind, so you can be more caring. Now, that doesn't mean that you took it that way, because sometimes people have overbearing, loving parents and they're just rebelling. They're like, no, you're so soft, you're so this, I'm not going to do this, I'm a rebel, rage against the machine, right? So I'm not saying that everyone who had loving parents like that turned out to be, let's save the world and hug the trees, right? Everyone has, again, a different threshold. They have a different way how they process things, right? But the lesson in having parents like that was meant to make you more empathetic. Now, if you had a parent that transitioned before you were able to grow into an adult, right? Let's say they transitioned during childbirth or when you were a baby, right? Before you were born. If you had a parent that exited that way, you were meant to feel loneliness so that you can see the interconnectivity of everything. You are meant to feel lonely. You are meant to feel lonely. And that may seem harsh, but again, let's remember, our parents are just the vessels that we use to enter into this world. As a soul, before you came through as a spirit being, you had options. Okay, look, Katie and John are here, Tim and Sally are here, John and Mary are here, and Xavier and Chanel are here. And if you choose this parenthood, you'll experience this. If you choose these parents, you'll experience this. If you choose this parent, you'll experience this. And you're like, man, okay, I like option D, right? I'm going to slide on through Zelle, right? I'm going to come through, Lord knows, and ascending infinite goddess. Because that experience is something that's going to allow my soul to evolve so much more. And through them, I'll experience XYZ. Now, when you come here into the physical, The way how it was displayed to you or how you configured it in the spirit, of course, is going to change because now you're working in different dimensions. And sometimes, based on your threshold and how you process things, it can send you on a different trajectory. But just the lineage that you chose to come through, those parents that you chose to come through, that is meant to help you develop certain things in your foundation. Because from birth to age 7, you are being programmed. You're being programmed. You're just taking everything in, everything in, everything in, everything in. If you had neglectful parents, if you had loving parents, if you had absent parents, that was all meant to teach you something. So it's stored in your foundation to make you be stronger for the ride that you need to go through. So don't look at your parents if you don't have the best relationship with them. If you have a crap relationship with your parents, it's time to let go of that negativity. Okay, I feel that's a cycle many people are coming through. It's time to let go of that and not hold it against them, because it's them in their human form. In the spirit realm, they could have, they could be, your spirits could be the best of the best. But here in the physical, you lose sight of that because you don't recognize, you don't remember certain things. Okay? But it's time to let go of the relationship with our parents, blaming our parents for every little thing, and then taking accountability for the choices that we made before we got here and now while we are here. And the new moon in Aquarius is a perfect time to set the intentions for new beginnings, to write the dynamics and to mold the dynamic that you want with your parents. If you want to have a better relationship with them, now's the perfect time to work on that. If you feel that you need to put some boundaries between you and your parents, if you need to put them on a certain threshold, you need to put them in timeout, now is the perfect time to set that in stone. Or set that into the ethers, rather. Beautiful time for that. And I just did a whole reading for the new moon in Aquarius. I'm going to link it. It's on my other channel. I'll link it up above or maybe in the description down below, whichever editing me remembers. But go check that video out and get that message, get that information from there. Because now is a beautiful time to stop the cycles. And the more you start taking accountability for your life, where you are right now at this point in time, and start to remember things in the higher nature spiritual being that you are, you will start to see things flow for you quicker. You'll feel lighter. You'll just be zipping, and nothing that is happening around you will be able to hold you, because it's going to feel dense around you, but it won't be able to hold you, if that makes sense. You'll be lighter than the density of the energy that is around you. Okay? So that is that. That's all that I have for you today, wealthy family. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you all. Make sure you check out my other channel, Messages with the Angel Oracle, and check out that video that I'm going to post, or that is posted rather. Okay? So until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love.